This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on the South Today, the hard work of Maniatoto residents was acknowledged by the Health Minister and community leaders at yesterday's opening of the refurbished Maniatoto Hospital. Tributes and gifts to Dunedin's Muslim community are finding new purpose in the wake of the Christchurch mosque shooting. And for 2 days over Easter, Wanaka will be at the centre of the real world. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. The hard work of Maniatoto residents was acknowledged by the Health Minister and community leaders at yesterday's opening of the refurbished Maniatoto Hospital in Ranfurly. More than 100 residents were present as the multi-million-dollar project was officially signed off by hospital leaders.
State of the art. Praise is being heaped on the $7 million refit of Maniatoto Hospital in Ranfurly. Health Services Limited Chairman Stuart Patterson says the new facility sets a benchmark for rural hospitals across the nation.
Oh, I think it'll compete with anything, anywhere. We've got a great service here now. We've got a doctor here. We've got a good health service. We've got a helicopter that can get here fairly quickly. So I think we'd compete with anywhere in New Zealand for health facilities now.
It includes 29 new beds and the transformation of existing rest home facilities into a medical centre and community services facility. Patterson says it'll also be more comfortable for the staff.
Well, the fact that it's new and warm and easy for the nurses to work in, good and light. No, it's a big thing for them to move out of the old hospital and to be in this one. They really enjoy working here.
The government granted $1 million toward the project, with other contributions including $2 million from the Maniatoto Community Board. The Otago Community Trust granted the project $500,000, alongside local Lions groups who raised $250,000. An amount of $2.5 million was paid through hospital reserves. Central Otago Mayor Tim Cadogan is proud of how people in his area stepped up in terms of fundraising.
It's just such an admirable achievement, and coming out here to various fundraising events, the amount of money that people were putting their hands up for at auctions and bidding and so forth was just staggering. I couldn't even hope to get into the game. This community is one that I think the whole of Central Otago looks at with huge admiration. They are resilient, possibly one of the most resilient communities in the country. They have to be, quite often cut off with winter conditions. We've just had a big fire here recently. These are good, strong people, and this is just the embodiment of that community spirit.
Mayor Cadogan says the facility is integral to the continued growth, development and livability of the Maniatoto area. In Ranfurly, the South Today.
A 4-year-old girl has been airlifted to Dunedin Hospital in a critical condition after being hit by a car at Jacks Point near Queenstown. Police have cordoned off Jacks Point Rise after they were called to reports of a child struck by a vehicle this morning. Police say the child was walking with her mother when she was hit by a black Subaru 4-wheel drive this morning. The children's injuries are being described as serious. The incident happened in a quiet residential area on a long stretch of road. Tributes and gifts to Dunedin's Muslim community are finding new purpose in the wake of the Christchurch mosque shooting. People flooded the Al Huda Mosque in Clyde Street with support after last month's attacks. And now some of these gifts are getting a new home.
The proud owner of some brand new soft toys, just some of the gifts given to members of Dunedin's Al Huda Mosque in the wake of the Christchurch terror attack.
It's been really great, really overwhelming for me and the community. I think we really appreciate the support that's been shown, the cards and everything. All the kids has made the cards, some have made collage and everything and sent it to us.
Hundreds lined the street outside the mosque in Dunedin in support of the Muslim community in the wake of last month's terror attacks. Many more left flowers, cards, pictures and even trees.
Even the first day on 15th March, that evening we already saw some people coming and putting in flowers and candles, and it's just got much bigger on Saturday and even on Sunday when we got back into the mosque. That is overwhelming. There's about 500-600 people out in the street.
The association's worked with the Dunedin City Council to decide what to do with all the gifts. Cards have been hung on the wall of the mosque, while the hundreds of flowers have been unwrapped and composted with help from locals.
On the day that we clean it up, there's a few people from the community that came and help out with opening up the wrappers and just decomposting the rest of it.
Envelopes of money pinned to the gates have been sent to Christchurch, but most of the teddy bears and toys are staying put. In Dunedin, the South Today.
A cyclist has suffered serious injuries after a collision involving his bike and a car in Dunedin this morning. Police say emergency services were called to the crash on the corner of High and William Streets at around 7:30. St John's say the cyclist was seriously injured and had been taken to Dunedin Hospital by ambulance. Fire and Emergency New Zealand say 2 crews from Dunedin and Lookout Point also attended the scene. The serious crash unit is investigating. For 2 days over Easter, Wanaka will be at the centre of the wheel world. Well over 1,000 vehicles and who knows how many actual wheels will assemble on a piece of land beneath Mount Iron for Wheels at Wanaka.
Property developer Alan Dippy began collecting tractors only 2 years ago, but has managed to amass quite an assortment in that time. They'll form part of an array of more than 1,000 vehicles for the first ever Wheels at Wanaka.
Young people think I've gone a bit nuts, but I haven't. No, it's a good hobby. Look, I've always started the business with a tractor. My business started with just myself and one tractor, so I've always had a bit of a soft spot for them.
As well as Dippy's tractors, hundreds of other vehicles of all types have been arriving in Wanaka from around the country and from Australia.
The idea is it's a one-off show, but if it is successful, and we think it will be, we've put a lot of effort into organising to ensure it will be, and we get a big crowd and we get good feedback. The idea is that we do it every second year, alternating with the Warbird show.
The vehicles will be paraded around an arena over the 2-day event, driven by volunteers. And it's not only tractors on display, cars, classic trucks and giant earth movers are also set to thrill the crowds.
And essentially we'll have people up here looking down on 15 earth-moving machines. These are classic big earth-moving machines that built New Zealand. They were used on all our pioneering development projects, from road building to dam building and all that sort of construction that developed, in New Zealand as the nation we know today.
Among them will be a 74-tonne Caterpillar scraper, once used in an Aussie coal mine, now owned by Dunedin man Paul Clark.
Bit of an icon, biggest scraper ever made. Got to have one.
And with a massive Easter crowd expected, all contingencies have been put in place, including plenty of portaloos.
Yeah, we started with 50, ordered 30 more the other day. I mean, yeah, and there's no curries being served or anything, so, that's... we just think, better to have too many portaloos than... Nothing worse than a queue for the portaloo.
Wheels at Wanaka is on all weekend with free entry for kids under 12. In Wanaka, the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today. A Palmerston farmer is fined after a workplace incident leaves a truck driver with serious injuries. And one man's fantasy of telling Queen's biopic story brings $90 million in real-life box office returns.
Every Kiwi deserves a reliable garage door. Rely on Garrador to protect your important stuff. Just like Darren, his Garrador keeps his favourite ride in mint condition. We have a huge range at affordable prices. Visit our website for a free consultation. We stand behind every door.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
At Green Harlem Medical Centre, we are committed in caring for our future and present generations. We know as a young person, coming to the doctors can be quite daunting. Our highly skilled doctors and nurses will make your experience one where you will leave with a smile. Your health is very important to us.
say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489-2274.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Oh, help! Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician, for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Welcome back. A Palmerston farmer has been fined $33,000 after an incident in which a truck driver was left with a skull fracture and significant head injuries. The injuries occurred after a stock loading ramp used to unload sheep from a truck fell on him when its winch system failed. WorkSafe say the October 2017 incident is a reminder all stock loading ramps should be fitted with an automatic brake winch system to prevent unwinding. The worker spent almost a month in hospital and was unable to work for 9 months following the incident. Bohemian Rhapsody, the biopic about British rock band Queen, has been breaking box office records around the world for a film in its genre. Last week it was announced the movie had grossed more than $90 million US, and in Dunedin, one cinema has been screening the film every day since it came out 25 weeks ago.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?
Selling tickets to a film that's been screening every day for over half a year in Dunedin, Bohemian Rhapsody continues to draw in the fans 25 weeks after its initial release. John Wilson of Metro Cinema says the biopic on the rock band Queen has done well thanks to people coming in to watch it for a second time.
I'm not really a fan of Queen myself, but saying that a lot of people are, obviously, and getting a lot of good feedback on the movie from people who have had return visits. I know there's been some of up to 8 returns.
Costing only $50 million to make, the film has already grossed $900 million US, with the possibility of $1 billion on the horizon. However, Wilson says the movie is unlikely to beat some films which ran for over a year at Metro Cinema.
Yeah, it's up against a lot of other things now, whereas things like Gloomy Sunday, which played 7.5 years, I don't think I will ever see that again, but yeah, it's sitting up there with the old Waking Ned Divine movie, and that was 18 months, so I doubt if this will be 18 months, but you know, it's been 6 months now.
While the theatre is smaller than competing cinemas, Wilson says that can actually help for a better experience.
It's not gut-busting sound, it's more, the clarity is a lot better than in a big auditorium. You've got more control over the sound here at the theatre, and the sound is aligned by engineers from Dolby.
Bohemian Rhapsody is set to continue running until Anzac Day. In Dunedin, the South Today.
As allegations of sexual assaults continue to surface from Knox College, a University of Otago campus-based group is working to combat attitudes that permit rape and violence. Thursdays in Black is a global movement started by the World Council of Churches. In Dunedin, it's run by third-year media and film studies student Tanya Finlater and second-year history student Kaylee Taylor.
So our kind of brief summary of Thursdays in Black is that it's a student-led movement working towards a world that's free from sexual violence. Our main focuses are on education and advocacy, and I guess the premise behind the Black is to show support for and stand in solidarity with survivors of sexual violence.
I think university is quite a big place, but still in New Zealand you can have quite a big difference. Yeah, I think it's great when students get involved and do things on campus.
But it has to be done, you know. Yeah, it's not easy, and it is really nerve-wracking to put yourself out there. But so if somebody were to come to us with a disclosure, some of us have training in how to respond to that, but what we would do is refer them on to a different service in the community. So our closest one would be Te Whare Tawharo, a place of shelter down on Leith Bank. That's the university's sexual violence support centre. So yeah, just to kind of ease that burden off of our volunteers, because that's not necessarily, a support role isn't necessarily what they signed up to when they signed up to Thursdays in Black. Yeah,
I think we'd hope to kind of continue to engage younger students and bring them up so that they can continue after we leave, if we ever leave. But yeah, post-grad. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think part of that can be if we, if we educate our first years in the halls, in the colleges about what Thursdays in Black is, because we know that enough people care. We know people care. It's just about kind of helping those people come out of the woodwork and actually getting them to volunteer and stuff. Yeah.
If there are any students who'd like to get involved and join us, they can contact us through our Facebook page, Thursdays in Black Otago, or email us tibotago@gmail.com. We're Black on Thursdays.
After the break on the South today, it's crunch time for the Highlanders as they take on the Blues in a home game this weekend. And we take a look at your weather over the Easter break, so stay with us.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Green Island Medical Centre have 2 late night clinics. We are now open on a Tuesday and Thursday night until 7 p.m. with doctor and nurse appointments available. Phone us on 488 2754 to make a booking or to find out more information.
Autumn is here and it's too late to sow seed. But don't despair, Ready Lawn is the answer to all your garden woes. Call Ready Lawn today on 027 22 88 190.
Every Kiwi deserves a reliable garage door. Rely on Garrador to protect your important stuff. Just like Darren, his Garrador keeps his favourite ride in mint condition. We have a huge range at affordable prices. Visit our website for a free consultation. We stand behind every door.
Most of us have spots on our skin. That's quite normal. Finding skin cancer as early as possible is key to successful treatment. Book in for a free check of 1 to 2 moles or a comprehensive full body check with the Mole Doctor in Waverley.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
Ricky here from Beds R Us Dunedin, your local sleep specialists. Come in and try our huge touchscreen sleep selector, taking the hard work out of choosing the right bed for you. See you here.
Oh, help!
Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Thanks for staying with us. Outdoor activities may need to be reconsidered over Easter. Met Service say an active front is expected to move slowly northeast across the South Island late tomorrow and during Saturday, bringing rain. The weather pattern means showers are expected to start falling later on Good Friday in Invercargill and Gore and spread to all the main centres in Otago and Southland on Saturday. On Sunday, the showers will remain everywhere except Queenstown and Wanaka, where it will be sunny but cool. Sunny weather is forecast for Easter Monday across most of the region. Highlanders coaching staff are urging their side to convert more of its opportunities. The team's Super Rugby title prospects are teetering, having not registered a win since week 2 of the competition.
Still upbeat as they prepare for a crucial fixture against the Blues in Dunedin on Saturday night. The Highlanders haven't won a game of Super Rugby in almost 2 months, but assistant coach Glenn Delaney says it's not panic stations yet.
You don't change everything you're doing because 99% of what you're doing is working well. We've got to make sure we turn that little last percent, and that's either an offload going to hand or a tackle being made and secured or a turnover ball being won. Those are the margins we're playing in. And quite frankly, that's what this competition's about.
The Highlanders broke the Crusaders' defensive line 10 times last week, but netted just 2 tries. Wing Tavita Lee says they're not far away.
I believe that we can turn the season around, and we all believe that. And we just got to go out there on Saturday night and play our footy that we like to play with speed and razzle.
That razzle could come in the form of former Highlanders winger Patrick Osborne, who's back training with the side. Plus there's added motivation with the Gordon Hunter Memorial Trophy on the line.
For us, it's a really important game. It's a trophy we love, and we want to make sure we keep it. So there's plenty on the line for us, and we'll certainly go out there and play for his memory in terms of the legacy he left us and the man that he was.
And while the Blues came away with the spoils from their last encounter back in March, they've never won at Forsyth Bar Stadium.
We like the fact that no one really gets too close to us here, and we did let one slip a couple of weeks back, but for us playing here is a sense of pride regardless of who we're playing against. It gives us a chance to play a very different type of game than you're able to really play in any other stadiums.
After Saturday's game, the Highlanders head to Tokyo to take on the Sunwolves. The long flight will no doubt be a lot smoother with a long overdue win under their belt. In Dunedin, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. The hard work of Maniatoto residents was acknowledged by the Health Minister and community leaders at yesterday's opening of the refurbished Maniatoto Hospital in Ranfurly. Tributes and gifts to Dunedin's Muslim community are finding new purpose in the wake of the Christchurch mosque shooting. And for 2 days over Easter, Wanaka will be at the centre of the real world. And time now for a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Beginning with the southern view, autumn at ground level in Dunedin. Looking at the situation, a mixed bag of weather ahead for the long weekend, with fronts arriving tomorrow and Saturday bringing some rain, but a general clearance to fine, cold weather by Monday. Starting off at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport can expect a cloud or two and highs of 18 degrees. Across to the northeast, Nelson and Blenheim, you're in for a fine day. Your high is predicted to be around 19 degrees. In Canterbury, you might also have some occasional clouds in this region. Plan for a high of 18 degrees in Kaikoura, 17 in Christchurch and Ashburton. You have a predicted top temperature of 18 degrees tomorrow. To the southern towns, plan for freshening northerlies with cloud increasing right across the region. Balclutha, the Catlins, Lumsden and Gore, you should all reach 16 degrees. But Lumsden and Gore, you may be in for a bit of rain later on. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes, this region also follows the light winds and fine weather trend. Wanaka and Queenstown should reach highs of 18 degrees, Alexandra you're 1 degree above that with 19, while Te Anau you're looking at a high of 14 degrees and I'm sorry there's a bit of rain for you. Up to the northern towns, Twizel and Amarama, plan for moderate northerlies, some high cloud and 18 degrees for you both. Timaru and Oamaru, you'll both have light northeasterlies, fine weather, and the mercury should reach 15 degrees for you. In Dunedin, coastal low cloud again tonight, fine and cold inland with an overnight low of 5. Sunny and cool tomorrow, but cloud increasing late in the day with some rain developing tomorrow night. Looking at a high of 15 and a low of 8 degrees. And it's rain on Saturday morning, but it will clear and then become fine in the afternoon with some sunny periods. A high of 14 and a low of 7 degrees. And it's supposed to clear on Easter Sunday and be fine for Easter Monday holiday. Heading to Invercargill, fine and sunny with some high cloud developing tomorrow. Moderate northerlies as well. Cloud increasing tonight with an overnight low of 7. Cloudy and cool on Saturday with scattered showers and moderate southwesterlies at first with strong cold winds following. A high of 14 and an overnight low of 7 degrees. Showers will clear and sunny periods increase during the day on Sunday with fresh cold southwesterlies easing. A high of 12 and a low of 8 degrees. And it's mostly fine and sunny on Monday but cool and still light winds. And that's all for our news this Thursday. For the latest news from the Southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Wishing you peace and happiness this Easter weekend. For those of you travelling, take care on the roads and we'll see you again on Tuesday. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.